member of the oldest club in Asia, and they're all old. You would like to find out if you can inject into these projections a technology that could approximate or surpass the pleasure of sex. Well, we can talk about we can talk about virtual reality. We can arrange that you have a date with Mohan, or maybe a date with someone who can give you major pleasure. But actually, kidding aside, Ray Kurzweil is also the author of a book entitled Fantastic Voyage. He collaborated with the Doctor of Longevity, Dr. Terry Grossman. This came out to be another bestseller. And since we're talking here of men's prowess, let's talk of longevity. According to Ray Kurzweil and his collaborator, Dr. Terry Grossman, because of the rise of technology applied in the medical services, one only needs to try very hard to survive up to the next 20 years, so that one can benefit from the medical technology that will become available 20 years from now and extend lifetime by maybe 20, 30 years because of these nanobots. The nanobots, the nanorobots, can penetrate our bloodstream, approach our organs, even detect defects or diseases of the organs, and right then and there, heal the organs. Right there and there. But this will happen about 20 years from now. So the secret is to be able to be around 20 years from now. That's a secret.
All right. Very last question, Gunther.
And you know, this became a best-selling book, by the way.
Congressman, I want to come back from that future philosophy to the topic of today, because we as a European business community have already more than 10 years ago strongly lobbied on the division of the Department of Transportation and Communication. Indeed, if you look back in the history, who was the head of this department, it was always difficult where his brain or his attention was to see the department flourishing. So in any modern society, these two sectors have to be definitely divided. And naturally, with a new communication department, you put in the whole ICT development. But how do you really do this now? You make a law, how do you take it from there? How do you see a realistic chance that this is ever implemented in the Philippines, where we wait more than 2 decades already?
Well, I'm very positive that something is going to happen in the next 3 years. That's why I'm going around, and it's not only me. We're very fortunate that we have a new chairman of the Committee on ICT in the House of Representatives, and this is former Taguig Mayor Freddie Tinga. In fact, part of the materials that I presented came from his presentation, especially on about the social media, about Facebook. Part I got from the CICT, the Commission on Information and Communications Technology, with respect to the BPO, and about half the product of my own research. You know, I'm an IT-driven person. I cannot survive the day without resorting to IT. And I believe very strongly that this is going to be a very important, critical department. Just look at the BPO sector. It's approaching $10 billion already. It's going to be the next biggest economic segment after the OFW. And in about 10 years from now, it will become bigger than the OFWs at the rate it is accelerating. That's why I think we can sell the idea. If we look at the individual members of the ICT sector, if you combine them, what are these entities? Smart, Globe, you have Sun, and then San Miguel is coming in with 10,000 cell sites. We have the internet, we have Google, we have iPad, we have iPhone, we have all these things that are coming up. They're bigger than the transport sector. And they need a different kind of technology. They need different kind of movers, of managers to run the department compared with the Department of Transportation. The Department of Transportation people are basically traditional. Because if you look at the transport sector, it hasn't changed much in the past 20, 30 years. It's still the same speed of travel virtually, except for maybe change in some amenities inside the plane. But still basically the same kind, but not in the field of communications. It is so different today.
Thank you.
May,
For the response?
okay. May I just make one comment to the philosophical side? Why the Philippines have such a great potential and have a chance. And it has been mentioned not often enough. The whole traditional engineering needs a lot of empiric, needs a lot of mother milk, needs a lot of experience. The new technology of ICT is a yes-no logic for the unspoiled brain. So therefore, in this technology, the Philippines have coped up to a world-class standard, which they will never make anymore in the other fields of engineering. And this is the reason why there is this big potential, where we should go more and more.
Thank you. For the response and presentation of token of appreciation to our guest of honor and speaker, and meeting adjournment, may I call on President Kurzweil.
Congressman Roy and fellow Rotarian, thank you very much for your fascinating presentation. If I were in the Congress, I would vote for your bill, definitely. But when you were speaking, three things came to my mind. When we look for guest speakers, we always look around for secretaries here and then prominent people. We have our talents in our own club. We are very happy about that. Give our fellow Rotarian a big hand. There are two other points that came to my mind. First of all, I will be very happy once the technology develops that I don't need to use the Hoover anymore to clean my house. But as a former ILO man, I say, what happens to all the maids and so on? What happens to